Become a masculine man, brothers. Listen to me. There comes a moment in a man's life where he stares at himself in the mirror and realizes he's been lying to himself. He sees weakness where strength should be. He sees fear where courage should stand. He sees comfort where hunger, drive, and fire should live. And in that silence, when no one is watching, when no applause is given, when the world isn't pretending to care, that's when the truth burns the hardest. You are not the man you were meant to be. And it hurts deep, because every single one of us is born with the potential to be great, to be powerful, to be a protector, a provider, a leader. But society, comfort, excuses, and laziness, they've poisoned that fire. They've tried to turn men into something soft, something forgettable, something powerless. But I'm here to tell you today, enough is enough. It's time to wake up. It's time to remember who you are. It's time to become a masculine man. The return of masculinity. For too long, the world has tried to bury masculinity. They call it toxic. They call it outdated. They tell men to soften up, to blend in, to silence the fire that once made them great. They want men to trade discipline for weakness, responsibility for excuses, power for comfort. And because of that, you see men everywhere who are lost, hollow, and broken inside. They wander through life with no direction, no strength, no pride, no mission. But listen closely, the return of masculinity is not just coming. It is here, and it starts with you. The truth is simple. Masculinity has always been the backbone of progress. Civilizations were built on the shoulders of men who refused to be weak. Families were protected by men who stood as shields, who faced danger and never backed down. Legacies were written by men who embraced responsibility when others ran away. Yet look around now. Men today are told it's wrong to be strong, wrong to be dominant, wrong to want power. And that lie has left an entire generation lost. That's why the world is collapsing into chaos. Because when men fall, everything else follows. But here is the reality they will never admit to you. The world desperately needs masculine men. It needs protectors, leaders, builders, fighters. It needs men who can endure pain, who can conquer fear, who can carry burdens too heavy for most to even touch. It needs men who won't apologize for their strength, but will use it to defend, to create, to inspire. This is the return of masculinity. It is the awakening of men who remember who they were meant to be. You see, masculinity is not a mask you put on. It is the core of your being. It is discipline when others choose laziness. It is courage when others surrender to fear. It is focus when others drown in distraction. It is rising when life breaks you, fighting when it hurts, leading when no one else will. Masculinity is responsibility. It is accountability. It is the refusal to blame others, and instead the choice to carry the weight of your own life and still move forward. And let me tell you the truth that cuts deepest. Men are happiest when they embrace masculinity. Depression rises when men abandon their purpose. Anxiety thrives when men ignore discipline. Emptiness swallows them when they chase cheap pleasure instead of lasting strength. You want joy, build discipline. You want meaning, carry responsibility. You want respect, earn it through action. You want love, stand as a man worth loving. Masculinity isn't about screaming at the world, it's about proving yourself to the world. The return of masculinity demands sacrifice. It demands early mornings, hard work, sweat, and endless discipline. It demands that you train your body until it becomes a weapon. It demands you sharpen your mind until it cannot be manipulated. It demands you build wealth not just for yourself, but for the people you must provide for. It demands you walk with such strength that when others see you, they see certainty, security, and leadership. This is not easy. It was never meant to be easy. That is why so few men achieve it, but those who do, they change everything. Ask yourself right now, do you want to be remembered as another soft man who lived invisible? Or do you want to be remembered as a masculine man who stood tall when the world demanded he kneel? Do you want to live forgotten? Or do you want to live as a legend in your family's history? Do you want your children to inherit weakness, or do you want them to inherit strength? The return of masculinity is not just about you. It is about every life you touch. It is about the legacy you leave behind. Brother, the time for excuses is over. The time for weakness is finished. The time for waiting has ended. The return of masculinity begins the moment you decide to stop running from responsibility and start chasing greatness. You are capable of more than you know. You were born with the fire inside you. Stop letting the world extinguish it. Stop listening to lies that tell you to shrink. You were not born to be soft. You were born to conquer, to protect, to lead. The return of masculinity is here. It lives in every man willing to fight back against weakness, against mediocrity, against excuses. It lives in men who train, who build, who rise, who refuse to be broken. It lives in you, so stand up. Stop waiting. Stop doubting. The world doesn't need another soft man. It needs a warrior, a leader, a protector. The world needs you to embrace your masculinity fully and unapologetically. This is your moment. This is your duty. This is your destiny. The return of masculinity begins now. Will you rise to it, or will you fall with the rest? Discipline over comfort. Every man is faced with a choice every single day. Discipline or comfort? And most men, without hesitation, choose comfort. They hit the snooze button. They skip the workout. They eat what feels good instead of what fuels them. They sit when they should stand. Rest when they should push, scroll when they should work. Comfort whispers in their ear like a lover, promising ease, promising pleasure, promising safety. But what it never tells you is this: comfort is a slow poison. Comfort kills ambition. Comfort erases strength. Comfort robs you of the man you were meant to become. Discipline, on the other hand, is the truth most men run from. Discipline is the alarm clock that pulls you out of bed when every muscle begs to sleep. Discipline is the barbell waiting for you when your body aches. Discipline is the work done when your mind screams to quit. Discipline is pain, but pain that builds. Pain that carves strength into your soul. Pain that forges respect. And that's why weak men avoid it. They chase comfort because they are afraid of pain. They chase comfort because they are afraid of struggle. They chase comfort because they are afraid to grow. But comfort has never built a warrior. Comfort has never created a leader. Comfort has never forged a legacy. Discipline has. Everything you admire in men: strength, power, respect, wealth, influence. It all comes from discipline. Every great empire was built on discipline. Every great man was shaped by discipline, and every weak man was destroyed by comfort. So ask yourself, brother, which side are you living on? The reason most men feel empty, lost, and frustrated is simple. They've chosen comfort for too long. They've avoided the gym, and now they hate the body in the mirror. They've avoided hard work, and now they're broke. They've avoided risk, and now they have no story worth telling. They've avoided responsibility, and now no one respects them. Comfort feels good for a moment, but its cost is a lifetime of regret. Discipline feels hard in the moment, but its reward is a lifetime of strength. You see, discipline is not about punishment. It is about freedom. Discipline frees you from weakness. Discipline frees you from insecurity. Discipline frees you from living like a victim. A man with discipline controls his life. A man with comfort is controlled by his life. Comfort makes you a slave. Discipline makes you free. That is the paradox weak men will never understand. If you want to build a body of steel, you need discipline. If you want to build wealth, you need discipline. If you want a family that respects you, you need discipline. If you want to live a life with meaning, you need discipline. There is no shortcut. There is no hack. There is only discipline, or there is failure. The problem is that men wait for motivation. They wait to feel like it. They wait until it's convenient. They wait until they're ready. But discipline doesn't care about feelings. Discipline doesn't care about mood. Discipline doesn't care if you're tired, sad, or stressed. Discipline says, do it anyway, do it when it hurts. Do it when you don't feel like it. Do it when no one is watching. That's what separates men who win from men who disappear into mediocrity. So here's the truth. If you keep choosing comfort, you will suffer more later. You'll suffer when your body fails you. You'll suffer when your wallet is empty. You'll suffer when your woman looks at you with disappointment instead of respect. You'll suffer when your children inherit your weakness instead of your strength. But if you choose discipline now, you will suffer less later. The pain of discipline is sharp but short. The pain of regret lasts a lifetime. Discipline is sacrifice. You sacrifice sleep for early mornings. You sacrifice comfort food for fuel. You sacrifice parties for work. You sacrifice laziness for training, and people will mock you. They'll call you obsessed. They'll say you're too strict. But when they're weak, broke, forgotten, and you're strong, respected, and free, you'll know you chose right. Brother, comfort will always be there, whispering, calling, tempting. But you are stronger than comfort. You are greater than laziness. You were built to rise, not to settle. You were built to endure, not to escape. You were built for discipline, and when you embrace it fully, when you live it daily, when you refuse to bend to weakness, you become unstoppable. Every morning, when you open your eyes, ask yourself this: will I choose the pain of discipline today or the poison of comfort? And remember, every choice builds you or destroys you. Every decision is either sharpening your blade or dulling it. Every day is either pulling you closer to greatness or pushing you deeper into regret. The men who change the world are not the ones who sought comfort. They are the ones who embraced discipline, who carried the weight, who refused to quit. And you, right now, have the chance to be one of them, but you must decide. No excuses, no waiting, no hesitation. Comfort is death. Discipline is life. Choose discipline. Choose greatness. Choose the path of the man you are meant to be. Strength is a choice. Life doesn't hand you strength. No one is born unbreakable. No one is born unstoppable. Strength is not something written in your DNA. Strength is something you choose every single day with every single decision. That's the truth weak men don't want to hear. They look at strong men and think it's luck, genetics, or privilege. But the reality is simple. Strength is built, earned, and carved into your soul through discipline, through struggle, through relentless choices. When you see a man with a powerful body, understand this. He chose strength when it would have been easier to quit. He chose the gym when it was easier to stay in bed. He chose clean fuel when it was easier to eat junk. He chose consistency when it was easier to chase comfort. His body is a reflection of his choices, not his luck. When you see a man with wealth, influence, and power, don't kid yourself. It wasn't handed to him. He chose to build when others wasted time. He chose to grind when others complained. He chose to risk when others played it safe. His success is the fruit of sacrifice, not chance. Strength is not only in muscle. Strength is in the mind, strength is in the will, strength is in the heart. A man who can endure pain, face fear, stand tall in storms, that is real strength, and every single one of us has the chance to build it. The problem is most men don't. They choose weakness, excuses, and laziness. They convince themselves strength isn't for them, but deep down they know it is. They just fear the work it takes. Every time you hit snooze instead of waking up, you choose weakness. Every time you avoid the hard conversation and run from conflict, you choose weakness. Every time you give into temptation instead of discipline, you choose weakness. Weakness is also a choice, just as much as strength. You see, life is nothing but a battlefield of choices. Do you train or skip? Do you work or procrastinate? Do you endure or give up? Do you fight or flee? And every choice builds the man you are becoming. You are either building strength or building weakness. There is no middle ground. The man who is strong today wasn't born that way. He simply refused weakness more often than you. He said no when others said yes. He went forward when others quit. He embraced pain when others ran. That's why he stands tall while others crumble. Strength is also about responsibility. Weak men blame the world, their parents, the system, bad luck. Strong men accept reality and take control. They don't wait for a savior. They don't wait for help. They save themselves. They create opportunities. They carry the burden. They lead the way. And here's the hardest truth: strength is lonely. While you're building yourself, while you're choosing the harder path, you'll lose people. You'll be mocked. You'll be misunderstood. Weak men hate strong men because they see what they could have been, but were too afraid to become. They'll try to drag you back down to their level. They'll call you obsessed, arrogant, selfish. But you must stand firm, because strength is not about pleasing the crowd. It's about becoming unshakable, unbreakable, undeniable. Ask yourself right now, what are you choosing? Because if you keep choosing weakness, don't be surprised when your life falls apart. Don't be surprised when no one respects you. Don't be surprised when your woman doesn't admire you. Don't be surprised when your children inherit your failures. Weakness will always cost you more than strength ever will. But if you choose strength, everything changes. Strength makes you reliable. Strength makes you respected. Strength makes you a leader. Strength makes you capable of protecting, providing, and leading. And that doesn't happen by accident. It happens by choice. Every morning, life asks you one question: will you be strong today or will you be weak? The weights won't lift themselves. The work won't do itself. The opportunities won't chase you. You must choose. You must act. You must endure. And over time, those choices carve you into the man who cannot be broken. Brother, strength is not about waiting for the perfect moment. Strength is about acting when it's the hardest. Strength is about rising when you're tired, fighting when you're hurting, pushing when everything inside you says stop. That is where greatness is built. That is where masculine men are forged. So do not lie to yourself anymore. You are not weak because of fate. You are weak because of choices. And you can change those choices today. You can decide right now that you will no longer choose the easy path. You can decide right now that you will embrace pain, embrace discipline, embrace sacrifice. You can decide right now that you will choose strength. Because strength is always a choice, and your choices are writing your destiny. Choose strength and build the life of a man who is remembered. Choose weakness and fade into the shadows of mediocrity. The power is in your hands. The decision is yours. Make it count. The protector's duty, a man without duty, is a man without purpose. And the highest duty of a man is to protect his family, his woman, his children, his name, his legacy. This is not optional. This is not something you can negotiate with. Protection is built into the very soul of masculinity. Without it, you are not a man. You are just a grown boy pretending. Protection is not only about fighting with fists. It is about living every day as a shield against the storms of life. It is about building yourself so strong, so disciplined, so capable, that when chaos comes, and it will, you can stand tall, unshaken, and say, "I've got this." A protector is not someone who wishes the world to be safe. A protector is someone who prepares for the world to be dangerous, and he becomes the wall that danger cannot cross. Look at the state of men today. Too many are fragile, too many are soft, too many are weak. They cannot even protect themselves, let alone protect others. Their bodies are broken, their minds are scattered, their spirits are lost, and then they wonder why no one respects them. Respect is not given. It is earned through duty. Respect is given to the man who others can rely on, the man who will not fold, the man who will step forward when others step back. To protect means you must be strong. Your body must be ready. If someone breaks into your home, would you stand or would you hide? If danger came for your woman, would she feel safe behind you, or would she feel fear because she knows you cannot fight? That's the brutal question every man must answer. A protector trains, not because he loves training, but because weakness is betrayal. Weakness is leaving those you love vulnerable. Weakness is choosing yourself over your duty. To protect also means your mind must be sharp. Life doesn't only attack with fists. It attacks with lies, with manipulation, with traps. A man with a weak mind will lead his family into destruction. He will fall for distractions, waste his money, waste his time, waste his future. And when his family suffers, it will be because he failed in his duty as protector. You cannot protect if you cannot think. You cannot lead if you cannot see through the fog. You cannot provide security if your mind is in chaos. Protection is also emotional strength. Weak men explode in anger, collapse in sadness, drown in stress. A protector controls himself. He is calm in the storm. He is steady when others panic. He carries the weight of pressure on his shoulders so that those around him can breathe freely. That is what it means to be masculine. It is to absorb the pain so others don't have to. But make no mistake, protection is sacrifice. You will lose sleep. You will take on burdens. You will bleed, sweat, and struggle. You will stand in front of danger that others run from. But that is the duty. That is the price of being a man. That is the honor of masculinity. Because while weak men chase comfort, the protector carries weight. While weak men complain, the protector endures. While weak men hide, the protector steps forward. And here's the truth. Women do not admire men who cannot protect them. Children do not respect fathers who cannot lead them. The world does not follow men who cannot defend their values. If you want respect, if you want love, if you want legacy, you must embrace the protector's duty. You must see yourself as the fortress. You must build yourself into the man others look at and say, with him we are safe. Ask yourself, are you that man right now, or are you too soft, too fragile, too distracted to be relied upon? If danger came tonight, would your family look to you with trust or with fear? If life collapsed tomorrow, would you hold them together or would you break with them? These are questions you cannot run from. Because the truth will reveal itself when the test arrives, and the test always arrives. So start preparing now. Build your body into armor. Sharpen your mind into a weapon. Forge your emotions into steel. Become the man who can carry, who can endure, who can fight, who can protect. This is your duty. This is your role. This is what it means to be masculine. There is no greater honor than to protect what you love. There is no greater shame than to fail in that duty. The protector's duty is not a choice. It is who you must become, and the sooner you embrace it, the sooner you step into true manhood. Legacy of a real man, one day you will take your last breath. One day, the heartbeat inside your chest will stop. One day your body will return to the ground, and the world will move on. And the harsh truth is this: most men will be forgotten. Their names will vanish, their lives will fade, their existence will mean nothing. They lived soft, they died soft, and they left nothing behind. But a real man lives with the understanding that his life is not just about him. A real man lives for legacy. Legacy is the mark you leave on this earth long after you are gone. Legacy is the story your children tell about you. Legacy is the strength your family inherits because of the example you set. Legacy is the respect others give your name because of the way you lived. And the legacy of a real man is never built on excuses, weakness, or wasted time. It is built on sacrifice, discipline, and relentless purpose. Ask yourself right now, if you died today, what would they say about you? Would they call you a leader, a protector, a man of strength? Or would they whisper that you wasted your life, that you gave nothing, that you were just another average man who drifted through existence? That question should cut deep, because the truth is staring you in the face. You are building your legacy with every choice you make, whether you realize it or not. Legacy is not about money alone. Yes, wealth matters because a man should provide. Yes, power matters because a man should lead, but legacy is deeper. Legacy is the example you set through how you live every single day. It's in your discipline, it's in your courage, it's in your strength. It's in the way you carried burdens and faced battles. It's in the way you stood tall when others fell. A real man's legacy is written in his children. Your son should grow up seeing you as the model of strength and responsibility. Your daughter should grow up knowing what true masculinity looks like so she never settles for less. If you fail in your legacy, your children pay the price. If you live weak, they inherit weakness. If you live strong, they inherit strength. This is why legacy is not an option. It is a duty, but legacy isn't just about family. It's about impact. What did you build? Who did you inspire? Who became stronger because they watched you refuse to quit? Who found courage because they saw you endure? Weak men leave no impact. They vanish without a trace. Real men carve their names into the hearts and minds of those who knew them. And legacy is not built at the end. It is built daily. Every rep in the gym, every hour of work, every battle you fight, it all adds up. Legacy is built in the dark when no one is clapping, when no one is watching. Legacy is built when you do what you must, not what you feel like. Legacy is built by choosing discipline over comfort, strength over weakness, courage over fear. You don't build legacy by living like everyone else. You don't build legacy by chasing cheap pleasures. You don't build legacy by wasting years in distraction. Legacy requires you to be uncommon. Legacy requires you to live at a level most men cannot, and that is why so few leave one behind. The legacy of a real man is not that he never fell, it's that he always rose. It's not that he never felt fear, it's that he faced it anyway. It's not that life never broke him. It's that he rebuilt himself stronger every time. That is what people remember. That is what echoes when you are gone. Brother, your life is ticking away. Every second, every day, your time is running out. You don't have forever. One day, sooner than you think, it will all be over. And when that day comes, you will either leave behind strength, pride, and honor, or nothing at all. The choice is yours, but the consequences belong to everyone who comes after you. So stop living like your life doesn't matter. Stop wasting time like your name means nothing. Start building the legacy of a real man. Build it in your body, build it in your mind, build it in your family, build it in your work, build it in your actions. Let every day be a brick in the monument of your legacy. Because when you are gone, that's all that will remain. The legacy of a real man is this. He lived with discipline, he fought with courage, he protected with strength, he provided with honor, and he left the world better than he found it. That is your mission. That is your duty. That is your destiny, and the time to build it is now. Brothers, hear me clearly. Your time is now. You've listened to the call, you've felt the fire, and you know deep inside that you were not put on this earth to live weak, invisible, or forgettable. You were born to carry weight, to endure pain, to fight battles, to build something greater than yourself. Masculinity is not an option. It is your destiny. Every excuse you've ever made dies today. Every moment of weakness, every second of comfort, every time you ran instead of fought, it's over. You don't get to keep living like that. You don't get to keep betraying the man you were meant to become. From this day forward, you rise. From this day forward, you embrace discipline. From this day forward, you choose strength, courage, and responsibility over everything else. Understand this, no one is coming to save you, not your parents, not your friends, not the government, not some miracle. The only savior you will ever have is the man you see in the mirror. That man is the key to your destiny, and he is either your greatest ally or your greatest enemy. Train him, build him, sharpen him, make him unstoppable, because the world does not respect weakness. It only respects strength. And one day, when your life is done, when your body is gone, only your legacy will remain. And what will that legacy say? Will it say you were soft, broken, and ordinary? Or will it scream that you lived as a warrior, that you stood tall, that you were a protector, a provider, a leader? That choice is made not in the future, but right here, right now. So make your decision. Enough of comfort, enough of weakness, enough of waiting. Rise into the man you were destined to be. Build your body into armor. Forge your mind into steel. Control your emotions like a warrior. Protect, provide, and lead with unshakable strength. Live every single day like you are writing the legacy of a real man, because you are. The world doesn't need more excuses. The world doesn't need more weakness. The world needs you. Masculinity has returned. The question is, will you rise with it or be crushed without it? Become a masculine man, because nothing less will ever be enough.